Jai Hind to all the SRPians. This is Shashank sir. Welcome to the online classes of SRPS once again. Here we go. Since we have started chapter 2nd from trade to territory, the company establishes the power. As we know, we came to know the East India Company comes east, and after that, let me show you the short recap of this chapter how trade led to battles, and the most two important battles were happened first on in 1757, the battle of Plassey, and after that in 1764, battle of Buxar. Okay, so the first battle of let me show you today the most important battle happened ever in Bengal, the battle of Plassey. And okay, let's have a look through an animation. The battle of Plassey. You will be able to learn from this video list of the factors that led to the battle of Plassey, list of reasons for the defeat of Sirajuddaula in the battle of Plassey. The views of the East India Company, the large fees demanded by the Nawabs and the local rulers to carry on trade was unfair. They also enlargement of the settlement were necessary for the expansion of the trade. British owns the Nawab as the puppet and to obey their order, but Sirajuddaula ordered to the company to stop interfering in his government's affairs. He also ordered to stop fortified and pay taxes. When the company failed to accept the demands, the Nawab Sirajuddaula took control of Qasim Bazar and Calcutta at the same time. He marched to the Calcutta, and at the same time Robert Clive came to Kolkata and William Fort William, as you know, defeated Nawab Sirajuddaula in 1757 in the famous Battle of Plassey. Because of one of the betrayer, Mir Jafar, Robert Clive promised Mir Jafar to become the Nawab after Sirajuddaula. The Battle of Plassey was the company's first victory on Indian soil. We have learned that from this video, the East India Company tried to replace Nawab Sirajuddaula with a puppet ruler. Sirajuddaula took control of Qasim Bazar and Calcutta Fort. Armed forces under the leadership of Robert Clive were sent along with naval fleet to fight Sirajuddaula. Mir Jafar, one of Nawab Sirajuddaula's commanders, turned traitor and never fought the battle. Robert Clive defeated Nawab Sirajuddaula in 1757 in the famous Battle of Plassey. Soon after the two important battles, Battle of Buxar and Battle of Plassey, company rule expands between 1757 to 1857, and certain key aspects for emerging like this. After the Battle of Buxar in 1764, the company appointed residents in Indian states. What they wanted to do, sometimes the company forced the states into a subsidiary alliance. Let me talk about what is subsidiary alliance. According to the terms of this alliance, Indian rulers were not allowed to have their independent armed forces. They were to be protected by the company, but had to pay for the subsidiary forces that the company was supposed to maintain for purpose of this protection. Well, if the Indian rulers failed to make the payment, then the part of their territory was taken away as penalty. For example, when Richard Wellesley or Lord Wellesley was Governor General in between 1798 to 1805. The Nawab of Awadh was forced to give over half of his territory to the company in 1801. Okay, as he failed to pay for the subsidiary forces, Hyderabad was also forced to cede territories on similar grounds. Well, let me show you in figure 7. Nawab Sujauddin of Awadh been in present day UP, with his sons and a British resident painted by Tilly Kettle, as you can see in this oil paint. And the treats that followed of the Battle of Buxar forced Nawab Sujauddin to give up much of his authority here. However, he poses in a regular splendor, towering over resident. Okay, let me talk about what power did the resident have. Actually, this was James Mill, the famous economist and political philosopher from Scotland, wrote about the residents appointed by the company. He first time wrote about this, and we place a resident who really is king of country, whatever injunctions of non-interference he may act under, as long as the prince acts in the perfect subservience. Actually, injunction means instruction over here, and subservience means submissiveness. So, and does what is agreeable to the residents, that is to be British government, things go on quietly, and they are managed without the resident appearing much in the administration of affair. But when anything of a different nature things happened over there, the moment the prince takes a course which the British government thinks wrong, then comes clashing and disturbance at the same time. So this was all wrote by James Mill in 1832. 1832 by James Mill, as you can see over there. So that's all for today. In the next class, I'll talk about the Tipu Sultan, the tiger of Mysore, and his territories. So till then, stay safe and keep learning. Thank you very much.